Wake up to reality. Nothing ever goes as planned in this accursed world. The longer you live, the more you will realize that the only things that truly exist in this reality are merely pain, suffering, and futility.
What is it that you are the most afraid of?
What I'm most afraid of, it's forgetting Anna. The strange lesson making my memories fade. Please, don't make me forget Anna. Just give me that, please. Please.
Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to review Monster anime completely, so let's start. Monster is a psychological thriller anime based on Naoki Urasawa's manga, which has garnered widespread acclaim for its intense storytelling, complex characters, and exploration of moral ambiguity. With a deep narrative that tackles profound themes like justice, the nature of evil, fate, and redemption, Monster has become a highly regarded classic in the world of anime. Produced by Madhouse and directed by Masayuki Kojima, the anime aired between 2004 and 2005, spanning 74 episodes. In this review, we'll explore the intricate layers of Monster and how it stands out among other thrillers. Plot of the story. The story follows Dr. Kenzo Tenma, a brilliant and idealistic Japanese neurosurgeon living in Germany in the late 20th century. Tenma is on the fast track to fame and success, but his life is turned upside down after a tragic event. He is forced to choose between saving the life of a young boy, Johann Liebert, or a prominent political figure. Tenma chooses the boy, Johann, as the surgery was more urgent, but the political figure dies. This decision sets off a horrifying chain of events that change Tenma's life forever. Years later, Tenma discovers that the young boy he saved has grown up to become a ruthless, psychopathic murderer, orchestrating a series of heinous crimes across Europe. To make matters worse, Johann's killing spree seems to be linked to Tenma's own past in ways he cannot fully comprehend. Monster is as much about Tenma's quest to stop Johann as it is about his journey into the darkness of his own soul. Tenma begins to question his sense of morality, the system of justice, and the true meaning of being a doctor. As he chases Johann across Europe, he uncovers the disturbing truth behind Johann's past and the twisted forces that shaped him into a monster. At one Kenzo Tenma Dr. Kenzo Tenma, the protagonist, is one of the most morally complex characters in anime. Initially introduced as an idealistic and compassionate doctor, Tenma's life takes a drastic turn after his decision to save Johann. Tenma is forced to reckon with the consequences of his actions, making him a deeply sympathetic, yet tragic figure. Throughout the series, we witness his transformation from a man of principles to a man consumed with guilt, trying to undo the horrors that stem from his decision. His character arc is both heartbreaking and empowering as he struggles with his own identity and his moral compass. At 2, Johann Liebert. Johann Liebert, the antagonist, is one of the most chilling and enigmatic characters in anime history. His calm demeanor, intelligence, and manipulative nature make him a terrifying presence in the series. Johann is a textbook example of a perfect villain. He is charming and persuasive, capable of convincing anyone to do his bidding. His manipulations, however, are not just about gaining power, but about playing a game of life and death with those around him. Johann's backstory is gradually revealed throughout the series, painting a picture of a broken childhood, abuse, and the creation of a monster from a very young age. The psychological depth given to Johann's character makes him both an incredibly intriguing and terrifying antagonist. At 3, Nina Fortner. Nina Fortner, Johann's twin sister, plays a crucial role in the story. While she appears to be a victim of Johann's manipulation, her role in the series becomes increasingly important as her own trauma and past are revealed. Nina's evolution throughout the series is compelling, and her relationship with Johann is one of the most tragic and emotional aspects of Monster. Nina's journey is one of healing, but also of grappling with her identity and the shadows cast by her brother's dark legacy. Some supporting characters. Monster also features a wide range of supporting characters who contribute significantly to the plot. Characters like Detective Lunge, who becomes obsessed with capturing Tenma, or the kind-hearted but ultimately tragic figure of Inspector Schuwald, all help to enrich the story. Each character has a backstory that often ties into the central theme of human nature, morality, and fate. Their personal stories intersect with Tenma's in ways that push the narrative forward and keep the audience invested in the unfolding mystery. Its themes. The major themes of Monster are centered around the nature of good and evil, the moral cost of choices, and the exploration of psychological trauma. The series doesn't provide clear-cut answers about what is right or wrong, and that ambiguity is one of its most powerful aspects. Here are a few of the key themes explored in the anime. Its dark themes and the nature of evil. Monster delves deeply into the question of whether people are born evil or if they are shaped by their environment. Johann Liebert represents the ultimate question. Was he born a monster, or was he turned into one by the trauma he suffered as a child? The series explores this duality, showing how human beings are products of both their inherent nature and the environments they are exposed to. Its moral ambiguity. One of the most fascinating aspects of Monster is its moral ambiguity. Throughout the series, characters are constantly forced to make difficult decisions with no clear right or wrong answer. Tenma, as a doctor, is sworn to save lives, yet his decision to save Johann led to countless deaths. He is caught in a moral quagmire, and as the series progresses, his understanding of right and wrong becomes increasingly blurred. The narrative asks whether people can truly be redeemed for their past actions, or if they are doomed by their choices forever. Its trauma and psychological damage. At its core, Monster is about the psychological scars that people carry with them, and how those scars shape their actions and perceptions. Most of the characters in the series are dealing with some form of trauma, whether it's from their childhood, their profession, or the decisions they've made. The series uses psychological depth to show how individuals cope with their pasts and how it influences their present lives. The trauma is often subtle, with the scars manifesting in unexpected ways. Johann's ability to manipulate others is a direct result of his own profound psychological damage, and Tenma's pursuit of him is as much about understanding his own past as it is about bringing justice. Its consequences of choices. The weight of one decision, Tenma's choice to save Johann, sets off a catastrophic chain of events. This central theme of choice and consequence is explored deeply throughout the series. Tenma struggles with the repercussions of his actions and whether he can ever atone for them. The show constantly reminds us that the smallest action can have monumental consequences, making us reflect on the moral responsibility of our decisions. Its animation and direction. The animation in Monster is relatively understated but highly effective. Madhouse's animation is crisp, with muted color palettes that give the series a darker, more serious tone. The character designs are more realistic compared to other anime, which helps to ground the supernatural elements of the story in a more believable world. The show's pacing is slow, but this is intentional. It allows the story to unfold methodically and lets the tension build in a way that is satisfying for the viewer. The psychological tension is also accentuated by the music, which complements the dark atmosphere of the series. My final thoughts. Monster is not just an anime. It's an experience that challenges the viewer to confront deep moral questions and explore the darkest parts of the human psyche. The character development, particularly of Tenma and Johann, is some of the best in anime, and the series takes its time to build up the emotional weight and psychological depth that makes it so compelling. The series may be long, but it is worth every minute. It's a dark, complex, and often uncomfortable journey that makes you question the nature of good and evil, the consequences of choices, and the power of trauma. It's a thriller that isn't just about the chase, but about the philosophical dilemmas that arise from human interactions. The ending is emotionally charged and thought-provoking, providing closure while still leaving the viewer to ponder the questions it raises. If you're a fan of psychological thrillers or deep, character-driven stories, Monster is a must-watch. It's an anime that doesn't just entertain, but challenges you to think critically about the world and the people around you.